Welcome to the Authority of Love on this another edition of Family Foundation Friday with our co-host, Mr. David Wallace from the Family Foundation. I'm Greg Williams, the host and director of Love and Lordship, which our vision is every life and relationship built on the love and lordship of Jesus Christ. So that's where we come from. I know I've got a partner here and a co-host that believes the same thing. David, welcome, and welcome to our listeners.
Good to be with you, Greg.
Thank you, man. Now, what we got to say is, first of all, continued prayers for those that are in the flooding.
Yes.
We're still seeing that. I saw some night before last, I think, in Pikeville, where there's still a lot. So appreciate the prayers, and I know they do, and all the help people are giving through churches and other organizations. Appreciate that. Continue that. But if you're watching the video today, before I say that, David, can I say this? I either have got a one-day-old grandson or he's coming today. So thank you for the prayers. We're excited about that.
Yes.
And I don't know, as of our recording, we don't know, David. But it will either be yesterday, right after we record, or on into today as people are listening. So we are so excited and praising the Lord for that. Our second grandchild that we can hold. First one was a granddaughter. This is a grandson, so we're very excited about both of those.
I can't tell you're excited at
No,
all.
no, not at all. Right. I am very excited, and I may be blushing, but you would not know that.
No, you wouldn't.
Because
were we at the beach?
If you were watching the video, you will see that David and I are red-faced. Tell them about it, David. How did we get that?
Man, the Lord blessed us for the March for Life this
Yes.
week on Wednesday, the most beautiful day of the year so far.
Yes.
Goodness, I think it almost got up to 70 degrees. I got warm at one point.
Yeah.
Not
only sunburnt, but sweating, right?
Yeah. But just so thankful for just a beautiful day to gather at the Capitol. So thankful for all of those, great crowd that came out to stand for life. So thankful for our friends Adia and Right to Life and just the tremendous job they did putting the program together. I just thought all the speakers, the video testimonies, several that were put together, just told a beautiful witness for Christ, a witness for life. And a hope and encouragement to the members of the General Assembly that were there. And I know many weren't able to be there. There was a lot going on at the Capitol on Wednesday, a lot going on this week.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Yes. But it was just it was a great day, and the weather was just like the icing on the cake.
It was. And we went up. I know you didn't get to go
Yeah.
because you were meeting with some legislators, but we went up to the Memorial for the Unborn up there on the hill that overlooks the river in the Capitol. And I would guess, I may be off, but close to 200 high school students and several other adults there, 250 to 300 total maybe, that gathered there. We had some prayer and a couple of people that just shared from their own experience and other things. So it was a wonderful day. And last year in March, it was wintry weather.
Yes.
This year in February 26th, we have spring weather, almost summer weather. It was just absolutely beautiful. But having said that, the main reason for that was what David was doing, and he's got some updates on what's going on in the General Assembly for you to pray about and to take some action on.
Yeah, and before we do that, because Greg, I know I didn't get to go over to the part of the program that was at the Memorial for the Unborn, right. But if you have not visited the Kentucky Memorial for the Unborn, it is a moving, beautiful memorial. And I encourage folks, we should do this more often. Go to kymemorialfortheunborn.org and learn more about the memorial and what it represents and how you can even partner with them. Yeah. It's a beautiful place, beautiful location.
Yeah.
So
the founder of that has her own testimony and story. I worked with her for several years when I was at a school here. She was in the administration in one of the business office. I was an AD and coach, but got to know her a bit, and the Lord really laid this on her heart. So it is a powerful story and a great memorial.
Yes.
It is moving. So speaking of that, I want to jump in. We're going to talk about legislation, but there's a couple of them that we really need some prayer to hopefully get some movement, right?
Yeah, some of the pro-life bills that were highlighted at the March for Life on Wednesday was the Baby Olivia Act. That's House Bill 397. It's got a lot of co-sponsors. It's building momentum that way, but it has still not been scheduled for a hearing. So we need folks to continue to reach out to their legislators in support of that, and then also the bill that we previously mentioned that would shut down illegal abortion pill trafficking of these deadly pills that are continuing to come into Kentucky and to obviously kill unborn children, but harm women as well.
Mothers
And
and
so
women,
if you go to our website, we have an updated action alert on those pro-life bills, and you can take action.
Give them that website, David. Real quick, man.
KentuckyFamily.org, and just click over to the Take Action page. We actually have it right on the front of our website right now.
Because it's that important. It really
Yes.
is. And I would say this: they showed, I think, the baby Olivia clip, right? The one
They did,
at
yeah.
the March for Life, which is it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And everybody says we want to talk about science and about development,
Yeah.
and then they leave that out.
Right,
So
yeah.
you know they've got a different agenda.
Oh, yeah.
So please pray. And by the way, Representative Lewis, especially, send your prayers and your notes and your action items to him.
Yeah, he's chair of the committee that the Baby Olivia Act is
Goodness
currently sitting in. And again, thanks, Greg, for the reminder. The context on that bill is a very simple bill. All it would do would require our kids in schools to be shown a video to teach them
Like
the
3 minutes.
reality
Right.
that a preborn child, how a preborn child develops in the womb.
Yeah.
And so,
And you know what they're going to see? They're going to see an alive baby.
absolutely.
Alive.
Yeah.
They're gonna
I
see
was
life, and
actually
that's the scary part for
there
the
was
other
some,
side.
some media that was there yesterday, and I was doing a short interview with some, and then they were asking about the Baby Olivia Act, and literally as soon as we finished the interview, it queued up on the screen, and I was
Thank
like,
you, Lord.
"Turn around! There it
There
is,
you go.
right there."
If you want to see what it is,
Yeah.
there it is. It's hard to deny that too.
It is.
That's why they don't want to see it.
That's right.
So pray for them as well, folks. Don't just pray for your legislators and those that we can take action with. Pray for those that oppose these things, because there clearly is something going on that they would rather kill those babies and not help people see the life that God's given.
Yeah.
And so they need our prayers as well. More updates, David. I know SB 60 is a big one, right?
So the same day, actually on Wednesday, Senate Bill 60 was we've talked about. It is a very important but pretty simple update to strengthen Kentucky's existing Religious Freedom Restoration Act. That bill was up on the Senate floor and passed overwhelmingly on Wednesday. I believe the vote, Greg, was 29-7. Senator Steve Rawlings, who's the author of that bill, did a great job laying it out. There was some back and forth and some hostility towards the bill from some members. There was an amendment that was seeking to weaken the bill filed by one of the Democrats in the chamber. Thankfully, that amendment was voted down. But incredibly thankful, as we said in a statement after the bill passed the Senate, religious freedom is our first and most foundational freedom. It is the basis
By
from
design.
which all of our
Yes.
other freedoms flow out from. Our founders recognize that. It's a reason why it's the first two parts of the First Amendment. And Kentucky simply needs to strengthen its existing Religious Freedom Restoration Act. The bill would ensure that there are stronger definitions in the bill, and it would ensure that there's essentially a better enforcement mechanism so that if the government was to interfere in the ability of a Kentuckian to exercise their religious liberty, they would have the ability to go into court and to seek redress. Again, this bill does not, because this came up in the debate, Greg, this bill does not say if you make a claim that the government went after your religious liberty, you automatically win.
No,
This is a balancing test. This is a well-established principle. There's 28 states that have similar law. There's a federal Religious Freedom Restoration Act, and Kentucky's was just in need of strengthening, and that's what Senate Bill 60 would do. It's been one of the top bills that we have communicated about the last two sessions. So I'm very excited that it got out of the Senate, and it's now moving over to the House. We're past the halfway point.
Looks positive,
It looks
right?
positive.
Yeah.
It looks promising, but we need folks to now focus on connecting with their House member in support of Senate Bill 60.
And again, go to the website.
Absolutely.
You've got action items or contact information there along those lines. Religious freedom. We've been talking for several weeks now as this started, and one of the very first things was the 10 Commandments resolution and bill, right? Where is that? What are we looking at right now?
Yeah, again, and this is a bill that would just restore the historic Ten Commandments monument back to the Kentucky Capitol, or the grounds of the Kentucky Capitol. That bill has passed the House. It is awaiting to be taken up in the Senate. We're hearing good things that the bill will hopefully move, and so stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some updates next week on that important bill. Another one, important bill that got its first committee hearing and moved out of committee this week was House Bill 208 by Representative Josh Bray. This is a bill that would ban cell phones during instructional time in school and not allow social media on school Wi-Fi. That bill moved. I forget the exact vote, but it had very strong support, if not
a lot of
unanimous
data
support.
that backs the positive
Yes.
things about banning this and the negative things going on.
And it's
when
just
not.
look, it makes common sense. There's we all know the distractions that cell phones, that social media are,
and that young people have. Period.
well, yeah,
right? Yes.
and not just the impact in terms of distraction from the learning environment, but
Right.
the concern about social interactions and how students, or we're hearing aren't talking to other students. They're
Right,
on their
right.
phones.
Don't
and
know
so
how to communicate
There's
well.
been
Right.
states, there's been school districts that have already taken these steps, and this is an important common sense bill that would help, I think, tremendously here in Kentucky. So we're encouraged that bill moved this week.
Anything we can do to help raise our education level,
Absolutely.
we want to see it, and that would definitely do it.
Absolutely.
You got another one there that passed out of committee yesterday.
Yeah,
right?
another bill that passed out of committee, House Bill 495 by Representative Hale. This is in response to, and Greg, you and I have talked about this, Governor Beshear's unlawful executive order before the session started on banning so-called conversion therapy. What we have really said is a way to target any counseling that would dare counsel someone towards a biblical understanding of sexuality or their gender.
That's right.
And so this bill is in response to it, and it would simply just restore us back to the even playing field, and would say that the government can't discriminate against anyone that's counseling in this area. Those that want to suppress the ability of Christians to counsel in this way were out in full force in that committee, speaking out against the bill. But thankfully, the committee, I think it was 15-4, moved that bill out of committee this week, and it was in Representative Hale's own committee. He's the chair of that committee, and he carried the bill, so thankful for his leadership.
Great job. A little history on that. Literally, most conversion therapy bans, so-called conversion therapy bans, literally say that even if someone comes to you seeking,
Right.
I don't want this in my life, help me to get rid of this or get out of this, and you help them, there can be punishment for that.
Oh,
so it's very lopsided.
It is.
And it needs to be balanced and give people their freedom of conviction and conscience.
Right. No, it's completely one-sided, and that's the way the Governor Beshear's executive order was. It essentially said if you counsel someone towards the LGBT lifestyle, if you counsel someone towards identifying opposite of their biological sex, that is fine. If they seek out, or a parent seeks out this counseling for their child,
to go
and
the other
you dare
way.
to counsel them, for example, to continue to acknowledge the truth of their biological sex,
Right.
that would be something that could be come down upon by the government. So just outrageous what the governor had done. This is one of the bills that would help restore.
Now, we've already talked about the website. You can reach them at 859-255-5400 in the office. But also, you hear about the Citizen. You had a second printing. How'd that go?
It did, and we're blowing and going. We've got a few copies left at our office. So if you'd like copies of the Kentucky Citizen for yourself, for your church community, reach out to us, and we'd be happy to get you some. Yeah,
and I want to close with this because I've only got a little over a week now. I've been asked to share on a friends and family cruise that will be June 8th through the 14th. The deadline to sign up for and pay for that is March the 10th, but you can still get on, and there's still some deals. So we'd love to have you join us. I'm trying to talk David and his wife into going. I don't know if that'll happen, but we'd love to have you guys join us.
Have to bring my sunscreen this time.
Yeah. Find out more at lovelordship@gmail.com. I will give you the information you need, and then you can follow through on that if you'd like to. Love to have you join us. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your prayers. Thanks always to the Lord. Make it a great day, and God bless in the love and lordship of Christ. I'm Greg Williams with David Walls, and you're listening to Family Foundation Friday on the Authority of Love.